So I remember when I was young, super tourers raced at Bathurst in the late 90s. You had names like Plato and Brock and Richards, Rickard Rydell driving there in the Renaults, the Volvos, some of the fastest front-wheel drive cars that we've ever seen, and some of the best racing drivers or touring car drivers that the world has ever seen. It's the track that we all look forward to. It's the track that you want the most laps on, and it's the track that tests driver and car the most out of any circuit, I would say, in the world.
You know, everyone goes in the mindset to treat it with a lot of respect. Obviously there's some more clearance probably required, you know, maybe the grate where the cars are under a high vertical and like a lateral load combined, so there's some big loads through the car. So clearance and things like that, you get to see some suspension displacement which you don't normally see.
Loads of grip compared to what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Where the
Lead in.
hit it on a bit of an angle.
Yeah.
As long as your outside tyre is around here somewhere, you can... A lap at Bathurst starts at Murray's Corner, second gear coming onto the pit straight, and the pit straight's a lot longer than what people give it credit for, so it's quite an important part of the circuit. That's before you get to turn one. Turn one, known as Hell Corner, you back down usually 2 gears from fourth to second, or you might try and run third through there. Try and maximise your run up Mountain Straight. As you come up over the hump, the car gets light and it bounces around and rises. You drive down the hill up in a 6th gear, braking for Griffin's Bend, turn 2. One of the toughest corners on the circuit when you actually go for a track walk and have a look at it. It's a lot steeper and a lot tighter and a lot narrower than what TV can sort of portray. And you climb the mountain up through the cutting into 2nd gear as you come into that corner. A little bit of a lift from the first left, back to 2nd. Use as much of the circuit on the exit there. Look out for the hump under the tree. Try and let the car flow out. It's hard to go flat through there. Blind corners, maybe going up to 5th gear through the grate. Drop it down, car compresses quite a lot, and it goes light as you drive back out of there. Up against the fence on the entry to McPhillamy. 200 k's across that hump, car goes light, get the skyline, and it's just nothing but sky. You drop down the hill, trying to slow the car down, but trying to flow it down the hill, and the S's and the dipper is where you really need to feel the car underneath you and drive out of the dipper. Car bounces as you go through there, you might pick up a front splitter, and then you run out of Forest Elbows, arguably the most important corner on the circuit, because you've got over 1 kilometre of straight ahead of you and 2 big humps. You drive out of Forest Elbows, 2nd gear, rush right up against the fence. You're getting ready to do over 260 kilometres an hour down the straight in these TCR cars. Again, it feels like a roller coaster. Car goes light on you over the humps, and you see the chase come up, and you get that feeling in your stomach that you know you're going to have to hold it flat, and you're preparing for the biggest braking zone in the country. Smash that brake pedal, try and wipe off as much speed as you can, flow it up over the left, hit the curb, drive a straight angle from the chase through till the 2nd last corner, and then you're down into Murray's for the final time, for the final corner of 23, and that's basically a lap of Bathurst.
Originally, do you think it's you?
We have been here before, which is a good thing. We've just never been here in a left-hand drive, front-wheel drive car, so everything's sort of opposite to what we know at the moment.
Essentially now it'd be a good idea just to get it warm, but
Yep.
then obviously some of the afternoon sessions where
Which is a little bit daunting, especially coming to a track like this. But I'm feeling fairly confident. I think we know what we need to do, and there's no real pressure on us. We're just going to take it session by session, lap by lap, and just try and get through the weekend as best we can. I don't know what we can do about brakes, but yeah.
What's wrong?
Pedals going along. Bathurst today probably didn't really go as planned. Practice 1 and 2, pedals just good at the start of the stop, and then the pedal just disappears away from me. So we think we've lost a master cylinder, or it's starting to go. The other boys are having a few troubles with brakes as well, but not in the same way that we are. I'm just checking my brake bias to make sure that we're all good. And if I want to go a bit more rear during the race, I can just wind it back, as in on the bias. If the brake issue's fixed, we'll get our confidence back and we'll be ready to go. If the brake issue's not fixed, then it's going to be a long weekend. So I'm hopeful that it'll all be fixed and we'll be fine. Your front and rear anyway?
Oh, you could, but effectively by that time your rears are...
You reckon?
Yeah. Well, let's know.
Well,
we can put those
yesterday-
fronts on the rear.
Yeah.
It's just more time, that's all.
I reckon it might be the go, because then if we can get it lapping.
Yeah.
You're saying we're going in 5 minutes. It goes in practice times.
Oh, doesn't it?
Oh, right. There's no real pressure on us. We're just going to take it session by session, lap by lap, and just try and get through the weekend as best we can.
Copy, mate. I've got officials waving the end of session. Well, they're making some weird signals down here. Are they calling end of session or?
On a big stop setup, we're still going similar trend. I just worry that when it's blazing hot this afternoon, it's going to be doing
We'll bleed it again.
The braking system's going to have to come apart to make sure that we've covered off every angle and that there's no stone left unturned there. Readjusted all of our biases and everything, got set. Started P9 behind the two Hondas. Holdsworth came through down Forest Elbow, made it pretty easy for him. And tried to tuck in behind him, and he just streaked away in the Alpha. They're super quick here. Can definitely notice the weight going up the hill. One of the quickest through McPhillamy, because we were pulling away from Cox through Great and McPhillamy. But we're just getting smashed down the hill, so car's just not turning in really, responding too well down there, and it's just such a hard part of the circuit to push. So we kind of got caught there. We managed to hold out Coxie, who was storming through, got Alberto behind us. So it was a good little battle. And then we had that big crisscross with Shieldsy and Martin at turn 1 there. Thought we were going to get the Hyundai, but managed to stick on the inside of us at 2, so she was pretty full on race. Finished P8, so yeah. Bathurst in a TCR car is probably just as hectic as I thought it was going to be, especially coming down the hill. The balance is quite hard to deal with, and because we're carrying so much more speed here at Bathurst, the correction for a front wheel drive car is to go full throttle to try and straighten everything out. But because we've got so much road speed, you don't really have that option, so having a lose means that it just keeps going. So it's pretty scary. You've got to have the confidence to be able to do it, and we're just slowly building that up over the weekend, which was the plan from the start, so just got to keep going.
Like some instances, not the same necessarily as one, but later you stop, you don't want to be too wide, because that's generally where you're turning in.
Yeah, okay.
Sort of brake lock.
Grabbing. The main issue on the weekend was we couldn't get confidence under brakes. Pedal kept going long on us going into the chase, which doesn't provide the driver with that much confidence. We also had some overheating issues on the car as well. I mean, Bathurst is always tough on machinery, and unfortunately we just didn't have all of our ducks in a row for this weekend. So long brake pedal, no confidence, and a couple of overheating issues while fighting in a pack has cost us quite a bit. This race we were trying to deal with those brake issues and put them behind us, so we switched over to the Pageant rotor instead of the AP. It's pretty much just safety cars all race. So yeah, two safety cars. We had decent restarts, and we only had a couple of laps to go, and we unfortunately got run a bit wide on the final corner by Buchan and lost a spot to one of the Hyundais and Hansen in the Alpha. Not really enough to tell, really.
Wasn't that racing, was it?
Still long. Hadn't really gained any confidence in the car to do the job that we were there to do, which was obviously qualify up the front and race up the front. The other two cars were up there, so it was unfortunate that we weren't, but the positives of the weekend were that some of our other competitors in the championship had poor weekends and poorer weekends than us. So still walked away with P3 in the championship, and there's a lot of things to work on to make sure that we're going to be up the front again for Sydney.